hope traders and investors alike were green today. This market is absolutely on fire. The bears are getting killed. I get asked from time to time, are we bulls or are we bears? We're opportunists. Whichever way this market's going, we're in here trading it. Playing a daily action, reading the market, letting the market show us the signals, letting the market show us which way it wants to go. You can see the SPY here chopping around at open. We got this nice push, and then we started chopping, which is exactly what we were expecting on Monday coming into options expiration week. I actually got called out for a few minutes. I had to leave, come off the screens for a few minutes for some personal stuff to take care of when the big moves were actually made, unfortunately. But you can see right here, we got the trend catalyst, trend break on so many plays today, breaking over and just a rip. During this, you have to be disciplined. I was able to take a few trades off Tesla, but you have to be disciplined. After the market broke loose, there was definitely some trades to be had. And there's trades in here, but you have to take profits, and honestly, if you have a smaller account, the chop is vicious and it can create decay. You're best off just waiting for the trend. Before I left these screens, I could see signs of algos, of the algos trading, and I literally said, watch for a melt up today. The algos are taking over, and they have been delivering pain towards the bears, and just expected the same until it changes, and that's exactly what happened. We just melted up. Just a very, very nice, strong market today. After the chop, we slowed down, and the chop slowed down, and we were able to push. It did take a toll on the options today, though. Sitting back looking at some stuff, I can see definitely some chop on the options. So Tesla, everybody knows I trade Tesla every day. I just like the way it pays. It's a fast moving stock, and I like the way it pays. So you can see this big rip at open, and a lot of people probably got, stopped out in here because they were expecting it to continue ripping, and it just went into this chop. You can see this little wedge it was trading in. But when time come, it pushed up, broke over, top all the levels, opened up over top our levels. Trend catalyst, trend break. I missed this rip up here, but when I come back onto the screens, I was able to catch some of this rip right here. So this flag here into the 9, pushed up, started to see some weakness here. We pulled back, put in this little symmetrical triangle. But I actually, when we come down here, I drew this line, looked at that as a retest, and was able to catch a trade from here back up to this 20. But you can see it chopped around. Even when we broke out of the symmetrical triangle, we pulled back. Just one candle right here. I took a scalp on this candle with 10 contracts. This one candle paid $107. $107 move on that candle times 10. That wasn't my only trade. It, was my best, quickest trade for the day. I did ride some calls from here on the way up and took another 30% there. Took quite a few trades today. At the end of the day, I started looking. I took more than what I actually thought. Very good day. I did get caught, in one. I was unable to sell it. It turned into a loser. You could even see breaking the trend right here. You could have got a scalp on the upside there. Let's look at Boeing. So you can see Boeing, same thing, chopping around, ripped up, chopping around, but when it started to push, it pushed. But you can see it putting in the top here. I imagine some people probably got stopped out right there. But you can see it putting in the top here, then working its way, breaking below the levels, and was able to get a short trade on that for the rest of the way down. Some trades that come over the squawk today. Revlon, we got a volume pop on that, nice push up. Form this tower top up here, put a top in. You can see reversal signal coming down. Another one that a member was able to get a 30% trade on, which is awesome. Express, he was able to get a 30% scalp on that candle. That is, that's awesome. That's a nice trade. Get in there, snag it with some options, and get out. AMD had a member who traded this, did really well on this. He recognized the signs that the market told him. He seen the top being put in and was able to short it clean down to our 100 level, which is a big level that we look for. and then you can see where AMD recovered, pushed back up. When it took the levels out, it just didn't have a lot of strength into it. Some of the other semis were able to push a little harder. Apple, nice trade on that. Same setup, chopping around, just happens to be right on top one of our levels and pushing. I like it when, you know, we trade, when trades work out on or around our levels. Microsoft traded a little differently. You know, it chopped around a little longer, but when it started to push, it pushed and then grinded right up. It did pull back at the very end of the day, but that was a very strong push. You can see something going on here in after hours. It just is after 8 right now. Disney, which is one of the ones that I said in pre-market that I wanted to, you know, that I thought we should keep an eye on because of the earnings. Look at that rip it open. It just strong rips. While the rest of the market was chopping around, that was your honey badger with a lot of flow coming in on it. Another one, Netflix, and this I want to put or show for a reason. All right, so it did have some really big moves, you know, pushed up. You can see the pullback, tried to push back up, and you can see the pullback. Let's go out to the daily chart and let's take a look. So we've been talking about this gap right here, and that's what happened. We pushed up into this gap. That gap becomes resistance. So, you know, we're always talking about our levels and how well our levels work. So, you know, a good way to play them is with alerts. So you can set alerts. Obviously, the price is very important. Set the alerts for the price of the levels. Build plans around those levels. So like in this case, your gap, you know, you were looking for your gap, the bottom of your window. You go up to the bottom of the window, that can act as a resistance level. You may get a pullback, you may take it out and get sucked up into it. Either way, it's an area of interest. Build your trades around that. So like the AMD trade, the 100 level's big. You know, you could have a levels alert set for 100, have an alert set for 104. We have a zone there, 104 being the top. You can also, I set them so that it's unlimited, so it just drives me crazy. But you can also, you know, rising fast, falling fast, price above, you know, so you can do that. And that works very well. That helps you, especially if you're working and you're unable to, you know, fully watch the charts all the time. It's a huge help. Definitely recommend doing it. It's a very powerful tool, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to do it. You know, your broker comes with alerts. You know, use them, guys. It's a very powerful tool. So that's one of the things that I recommend for the working guys. I hope everybody's green tomorrow. I hope to see you in the trading room. Please give us a like, show us some support and some love. Have a great night.